Hey everybody, Jake here, and today we're going to take a look at another ink. Today it's going to be Nemosine Coalsack Nebula. I apologize for this bottle. The first time I was opening this ink, I was a little too eager and got it literally all over. If you'd like to see an unblemished Nemosine bottle, go check out my review for Snowball Nebula. Very, very gorgeous ink. This one's very nice too, although I do like that one better, just because of the color. This one's a very interesting color. So, you have a very nice label here. I love the presentation, I suppose, of the Nemosine bottles. They look gorgeous. They look very classy. A lot of very, very nice angular glass. They're very easy to fit next to each other as well if you have an ink, like an ink drawer or something like I do. And it is a shimmering ink, and you can kind of see the shimmering down there. Fairly wide neck. It's not super wide, but it's not so narrow. You might have some issues when you're trying to fill towards the bottom, but you're gonna have that with a lot of ink bottles, so it's okay. This is a 35 milliliter bottle of ink. I don't believe Nemosine sells anything larger than this, so just keep that in mind as you're shopping around, that this is about the largest bottle that Nemosine is going to be selling. So if you like these colors and you want them in a bigger size, as far as I know, you're not going to be able to get that. You may be able to look around and find something, but generally speaking, this is about what you're going to end up with. Now that being said, these aren't that expensive, because these are the like shimmering versions. They're $9.99 for a 35 milliliter bottle, which for a shimmering ink isn't that bad. And they do pretty well. I will say the amount of shimmer to the actual ink is fairly high, but I really haven't had too many issues. But we'll get to that in just a minute. So let's go and take a look at the actual ink color. So here it is. You can see it is a blackish color. It seems to me like a slightly lighter version of Bong Bok's Ink of Witch, which I believe I have a review up of. So it's a very, very dark purple. But this one has a bit of like a burgundy, like a reddish color to it, which you can see kind of on the edges here. And you can see it does have a lot of shimmer. Even in the writing here, you can see a fair bit. And on the back, you can see a lot more of that shading. So it's kind of a burgundy, like a purpley red color, maybe a bit more purple than a typical burgundy. But it's a very, very nice color with the bright silver shimmer. It does stand out very well. So it's not going to be a black ink, but it's pretty close. If you want black ink, but you want a little pop to it, this is a pretty good choice. Let's go ahead and take a look at a writing sample. So I have it inked up in the Kara's Customs Decograph Monsoon. This is a titanium nib, so we can get a little bit more ink out of here than normal. Let's take a look here. Nemosine Coalsack Nebula. I'm starting to run out of inks to review. I'm going to have to pick up some more soon. At least that's what how I'm going to justify it. So it's a fairly dark ink. It's not black though. So if you want something that looks semi-professional with a little bit of extra, just something kind of flashy in there, this is going to be a very good choice. And we'll go ahead and take a look at dry times as well. I haven't really had too many issues with this ink, but some of the shimmering inks can actually take a little while to dry compared to normal inks. So let's see. So starting to get pretty dry around the 7. And fairly dry around the 10. So I'd expect in about 15 seconds or so this is going to be perfectly dry. Now I will say, if you're writing and you do a spot with just a lot of the shimmer, which I'm going to try to kind of demonstrate here, it might take a second to dry. A lot of that like glitter material, it may take a while to dry, but when you have that pile of glitter on top, you can always smear that, as far as I've seen. There may be some inks that don't have that issue, but my J. Urban, Emerald of Chivor, my Diamine, Shimmertastic inks, Diamine? I knew how to pronounce this. I'm so sorry. It's one of those two. I think it's Diamine. But yeah, so you can see here, you can definitely see that shimmer in the writing. You just kind of have to tilt it towards the light, and it's very, very easy to see. It's very, very apparent when you get a lot of ink pooling. So with this, I kind of pushed on the nib a little bit, and it gives us some flex normally anyway, but just to try to get the most line variation out of that. And you can definitely see it puts down, in some cases, especially here on the end, seemingly more of the glitter kind of stuff than it does the ink. And just to show you, this is probably still not dry. Oh, it is, but you can kind of see the glitter smearing there. So that's what you're going to run into. And when you're using this, it really doesn't happen unless you purposefully put down a ton of ink on the page, but it can. So that's my review for Nemosine Coalsack Nebula. If you like that, feel free to check out my other ink reviews. I try to have one a week or so. And if you like that bottle of ink, feel free to go out and try some. I've had 2 of their shimmering inks, and they've both performed fairly well. Pretty easy to clean out. I did have some issues with clogging on this pen, but I left it sitting for about 3 days. So that's probably kind of my fault with these shimmering inks. You kind of have to be a bit more maintenance-minded. But yeah, thanks for checking that out, guys. If you like to, feel free to subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye.